Video. In this video, we're going to be playing some Susano solo, and it looks like we're laning against a Sobek. This is going to be a pretty tough lane, just because of some of the players we're against. We're in a pretty good lobby, but we'll do our absolute best regardless, and kind of see how far we can take it. You know, Susano solo used to be very, very good. I have a video on it on my channel back when this pick was one of the best, if not the best, characters and role combinations in the game. But since then, he's probably been subject to maybe 8 separate nerfs, along with itemization nerfs, baseline tankiness buffs of most characters across the map, starter item shifts, just about everything you can name. So his prominence in the role has kind of been nullified. You don't really see him much at all. I think some games or some times when I hop on for a recording session, I am streaming, by the way, as well, but sometimes I'll hop on and I'll have 0 Susano solo games picked in 2-3 days. So really kind of fallen out of favor, but still a character that can be strong. I don't think he's nearly what he used to be, but is he a viable assassin solo laner? 100%. And hopefully we'll be able to showcase that. You know, Sobek probably not one of the lanes you want to play against. You want to play against generally squishy characters that you can consistently poke out and deal massive amounts of damage to. And, you know, Sobek doesn't really fit the bill for that, but we'll do our absolute best regardless and try to find a way to, you know, make this lane that probably shouldn't be winning. And yeah, we'll see kind of how we can manage that. So we are against the Sobek. He did go Sunder. I didn't. That means he's going to get to lane just a little bit faster than me. Shouldn't mean too much in this instance. But yeah, just want to kind of focus on clearing. We're really strong once we hit about level 3. And that's just because, you know, when we have all of our abilities, we'll be able to do all of our in-hand cancels with auto attacks and all that stuff. But until that point, a little bit weak. He's up 1 minion on XP from us, and that's just because, again, he did Sunder. So he got to wave a little bit faster. And yeah, it's not a big deal. You just kind of have to wait. You could go Sunder on Susano if you wanted, by the way, just to match the clear that the Sobek brought, or really any of these other characters have brought. I just kind of caution against it, because if you do go Sunder, then obviously you don't have the beads, and on a character like Susano, could be a really big issue. So he's going to pull this chest camp. Really a big thing that you have to kind of internalize on this character is that you are looking for these fighting moments basically always. You want to try to space from abilities like you did there. But most importantly, again, you just want to look for opportunities to fight and do damage, and do that as consistently as possible. Because if you are, you're really going to kind of see the value of the pick, but if you don't, then you won't see any of it. So just consistently trading with him. I don't want to pull a camp just yet because I'm going to incur more health than I'd like in terms of actually doing it. So we'll do that gold camp in a second, but right now just kind of clearing, poking him out as much as we can. Consistently doing that. Obviously, again, it's a little bit more difficult because he's got sustain and he's got tankiness, but just that general idea. We've gotten all 3 of his chalices now. He's still healing, of course, but still really good damage. He's going to use some abilities, that's totally fine. We go this very potion-centric build because, again, we just kind of want to be able to fight him. Pluck forced, and he is just dead with Loki here. Nice job. He was in a lot of trouble either way there, even if Loki doesn't come over, because he's out of potions, and he's just doing a very aggressive pluck, so not a good play either way for him there, but that idea of just whittling him down consistently there was really kind of beginning to work. We would have gotten a free totem there. Would have gotten the free chest camp as well, the big chest camp, and then as a result we're probably pushing to other things like the wave and all that stuff. So good player by our Loki though. Sobek's looking at him. He's totally fine. It's just Sobek, mind you, so I'm just going to actually kind of clear. We don't really need to look for a kill on this guy. He's just sort of being annoying. Doesn't really do anything, so again we'll kind of get the wave and move on. Red buff's coming up on our side and on theirs. We can quickly, cheekily look at this, noticing Fenrir is on the right side of the map, so this is a great opportunity to maybe get an invade. We want to kind of hover, because of course Zeus can walk at us, but should be generally okay here to just do this. We now see Zeus in mid, and this was all, again, what was this created by? Just pushing, clearing a little bit faster than him, getting some poke out. He had to die, but typically maybe a reset, and then just kind of being behind on tempo, and it really gives us a great opportunity to go farm, despite the fact that you know, he's got Sunder and stuff. We're ulting that buff because we really don't want Sobek to get near us. We're going to get CC'd a ton, we're going to get Sundered, and assuming that stuff happens, well, you know, quite frankly, we're not going to get the buff, and We're being set up for a death. He's going to get this blue probably with the Sunder. That's fine. We just want to kind of fight him here, do some damage, ult forced. And we're really, really happy. I'm on cooldowns right now, so I'm not really too sure I have much. But it's still really good. Because we are, you know, just continuing to push the wave. Or excuse me, continuing to get the farm and just hold. And, yeah. I don't know what this guy's complaining about. I don't know, he's crazy. But yeah, we're just going to sit here and hold. Again, we're just kind of like building a lead as we can slowly. Slowkey's just complaining because he's not very good. It's not a big deal. We'll back up. If he gets Warhorn, genuinely is not a bad thing. And the reason it's not a bad thing is we're not really concerned, quite frankly. I'm going to get it anyways here, just because it was free, but if that's like not a good play for me to do, it's not a big deal. Waves pushing into me is kind of a good thing generally, right? So, and the reason it's a good thing is, again, it makes freezing a lot easier to facilitate. It looks like we're not very far ahead right now, but again, you have to remember, look at all these minions we have to clear, look how many he's got to clear, and we're both the same level, and I'm ahead of him in XP anyways. So we're actually very far ahead once we, you know, clear this all out. And we kind of will slowly. We've still got our teleport up. We have enough gold to build literally anything we want here. I tend to recommend going like just kind of like more of a strength build on this character in general. I like going Devos and stuff because it is, you know, good sustain, but Jotuns is probably, you know, the closest to a solid, you know, damage cooldown item. Transcendence you would think is really good on this character. You know, I've built it. Transcendence is just kind of bad in Smite 2, so is it good on the character? Kind of. Would I recommend building it? Probably not. We'll probably go with something more in the lines of like Jotuns into Serrated. I'll go a little bit of defense this game. Get something like a Shifter Shield, maybe a Void Shield as well, just so we kind of have the illusion of some tankiness as a solo laner, which again isn't needed, but I tend to feel like lends itself pretty well. And we'll be all set once we get all that sorted. We can check these left mids right here. They're down, but I can still kind of hover. Because if I see the Zeus in mid, I'm just going to go on him. Again, we have that wave pro. If I lose a little bit of this next wave, I don't care. If I can get a kill, I'm going to be very happy. So Zeus is in mid. I'm going to try to gank mid. I'm going to hover this rock right here. Zeus is going to walk up, and now we go for a pull. Okay, Stun was off the mark. It's all good. It's worth a shot. We got his Aegis for free. Well, not for free, but for a ult. It's worth a shot. Look, he misses, it happens. If he doesn't miss, we get the kill, but you forced an active there, and to be honest, if Zeus didn't have Aegis, I probably should check the relic, but if Zeus didn't have Aegis, say he had beads there, or say he had Sunder there, or he had Blink there, and assuming the Blink wasn't up, he is just dead, or if Aegis isn't up, he is just dead. So, you know, you fuck up the fight a little bit, freak up the fight a little bit, and it's still not even that bad. That's a pretty happy look. This guy's Sunders are red, unfortunately. But maybe we can just kill him. He is really, really deep. This is his ultimate down. He's got a lot of help here, unfortunately. Doing some really good damage. Just not enough for a kill just yet. This could still be like a one fight. Just very unlucky that nobody's died yet. Alright, so one will die. It is a 1-for-1. Very unfortunate. I probably should have dashed in. I didn't realize Bacchus would do that much damage. He's got Warrior's X for some reason as a support, which is kind of grim, but it is what it is. It was a good try. Again, this lobby is definitely like a little bit lopsided, so, you know, they're going to kind of be able to give the Sobek opportunities to just get free kills and stuff like that whenever he wants, probably, but as long as we're kind of freezing, we're building a lead our own normal ways, as we are right now. You know, again, the whole reason why is he walking up, because we have a wave that's losing. Thank you, Borigami. I appreciate it, man. Hope you have a great one, too. But, like, we're just kind of bringing the wave towards us. I hate that this Bacchus is sitting around, because it's kind of just, like, making us lose farm, and it's very grief, honestly, but the idea is that the wave is pushing towards us, and because of that, we're able to kind of force Sobek up, or he's going to lose the whole wave. So him being forced up means that he fights us and he jumps on us, and him jumping on us is just not really going to work. So we're going to outmaneuver him and then outtrade him, and in that instance get a solo kill. Again, our wave pressure kind of got a little bit messed up there. That's going to happen after you freeze. Eventually, it'll kind of backfire. Idea is you want to be there for that bounce back. it didn't happen right there, but again, it kind of got expedited, excuse me, by the bot, because that's why you don't want people to just be randomly splitting with you, because he kind of messed up our wave there a little bit, but it is what it is. So yeah, Serrated is our next buy. We're almost there, 300 more gold, and we should be all set. Alright, we'll go pick this up. Did get it. I do have bees in case I need it, so we'll just bees that. We did steal a red. You know, it is a pretty big commitment, honestly, but it's something that I think, you know, ultimately you're going to feel okay with eventually. Notice there is a Warhorn wave that he, of course, incurred, and what's that going to cause? Him to lose farm, me to not lose farm. So it all kind of, you know, links together. As long as, you know, again, you're just being farm first minded, you're going to do pretty okay in these games. I'm looking at their draft, though, late game. I'm saying, man, Susano is really going to have a tough time. I don't know who my target's going to be. It's going to have to be Izanami. That's my best target. But Zeus is just so unbelievably broken right now. And then Ares is really good into me. Obviously, Sobek just being another tank is a problem. If this was something a little bit squishier with less CC, a lot easier of a game. But Susano really tends to struggle into high CC tanks, and of course Ares, or just high CC in general. So we'll have to figure it out. Did get the totem there. I'm just gonna ult this wave here just for you know, a little bit of clear, a little bit of poke. He ults in a response, which he definitely didn't need to do, but I guess I appreciate, and we'll get on out of here. Yeah, man, I really suck into their draft, so this is gonna be a little bit difficult. I've got an idea. I think like a lot of the ideas is generally like with the Amaterasu game, which by the way got snipped off a little bit at the end. I was really annoyed by that. I don't know why that happened, but I apologize for that. But oh, kind of similar to Amaterasu or any of these characters. If there's a lot of CC, build more defense, and if you know there isn't, well, you don't have to, right? And in a game like this, we got to build some defense from a solo lane perspective. If we're jungle, you know, that's a little bit different, but there's more pressure on me to engage than there normally would be. So if I'm playing, you know, Susano jungle, I've got an Odin or a Chalk or a Thor or something that's just gonna carve some space for me. But I have a Loki this game, so I've got none of that, right? And you know, it's our job as a solo laner to kind of do those things. Obviously, if your team draft surrounds you, all that stuff, a little bit different, but wasn't the case here. So you know, we'll be fine. We got to run here. We don't have beats up, so this could be really, really dodgy. Once I have Teiko Kagi, the movement speed that I'm going to get is going to make things a lot smoother. But until then, yeah, we've got to be very vigilant. We're good, though. We're good. It's a good survive. I'm going to actually, like, posture mid here a little bit. I think they're collapsing on my boy. Does he have ult? He does. So he's alive. Fenn's here. It's a great ultimate. Got an ultimate off on the Zeus. He's pretty low. I don't have cooldowns, though, which is such a shame. Alright, there we go. We got him. A little bit dodgy right there. I actually missed the first part of my one. I'm going to hold this corner here. Fence coming. Okay, he's not coming. He is, but not towards me. I can kill him here. Just got to know your numbers, folks. That was never going to work for him. So we got out. Crazy rotation. A lot of action going on. I don't know where Izanami is, so I don't want to stay for these camps. Just the smarter play to make, but jeez, this is stressful. You see, I don't know. This is kind of what you play for. You play for the stressful, tough games, but man, oh man, it is like tense right now. Okay, so we can kind of assume, because Zeus didn't have Aegis there, that he's going to have Aegis next fight, so doing a kind of blind commitment like that is a really bad idea to do again. I more so went in because he didn't have ult, but obviously no Aegis makes that a lot easier as well. And we still messed it up a little bit. That character is just so unbelievably broken. Zeus is definitely like the best mage in the game, and it's a damn shame. I can't wait for him to get nerfed like hard, actually, because it sucks right now. We'll pick up this blue here, because again, Sobek is dead, so we're quite safe. Wave's pushing into him as well. We can check red, it's not up, that's fine. We'll push one more wave here, and then kind of like look to rotate a little bit again. We can get Warhorn to like ensure that our wave's going to push, just so we've got no counterplay. Obviously, it means that we might lose a wave, but I'm not going to be here anyways, so it is what it is. What's this Sobek got built? Mystical Mail into Glad Shield. Yeah, and as a result, he is just going to look all the time for us. We are fine, though. That is our beads burnt. Pretty good play. Pretty standard play. I mean, again, like, when you have this much beads burn and this much everything, you kind of just have to always be looking for something. Oh, this is quite bad. Oh man, my 3 ended. Oh, that's so depressing. Okay, I fucked that up so bad. Unlucky, man. Yeah, alright, my 3, I was trying to 3 late there, and I would have been out because I would have just dashed. But the thing ran out of timer, so... realistically, though, I just don't even bother, because that blue's gone every time. They got Sunder, and even if they don't, I just shouldn't be walking up, so we griefed a bit. It happens. It's a tough thing to play into. I won't lie. It's all good, though. Yeah, this mystical Glad Shield build is, like, so unbelievably strong at just, like, dealing with the physical in your lane. A big problem right now, I think, in Smite 2 is that your magical defense items are really bad. Your physical defense items are really good. So if I want to, you know, play a tank and play against Sobek, I'm rushing Genji's guard into, I don't know, Oni Hunters or something. I have no damage. I have no... I have some cooldown, but I have no damage components. I have nothing to actually like make me hit the guy harder and win the trades. He goes Mystical and Glad Shield. He's got cooldown, health, protections, and his damage is being buffered up 2 times. One by Mystical, one by Glad Shield. It's like very much not balanced. You don't have anything in the magical tree to really compare with it. So, yeah, generally speaking, your magical solos are just kind of better right now, besides Amma. Who'd we end up playing? We ended up losing to Doug and them, unfortunately, but, you know, things like that happen. GG's to them, and when we play next season, or whoever plays next season, be it me, my whole team, part of my team, whatever, yeah, I'm excited, you know. 0 plans for that right now. Obviously, my goal and my plan is to play competitive, as it's always been. I'll be honest, I really coasted this this split for Smite 2. I didn't take it seriously, which is nobody's fault but my own, but I'm excited to, you know, kind of start with a fresh start and get things going. We are being absolutely crimed right now. Unfortunately. I'm very dead here. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's 4 people over here. It's not a big deal. If we get gold here, it's a super good trade. We were able to proxy a little bit and get some farm. So if you're dying but you're getting a little bit of something, you know, it's not too bad. But again, more importantly, as long as we get gold there, call is fine. Hopefully they're not on fire. That would be really bad. I don't think they are, though. They might be on pyro. But yeah, they're not on fire. Okay.
Cancel that. Enemy missing left.
Yeah, we're behind now. It sucks. Again, that second death I can't avoid. There's nothing I can do there. First death, though, I definitely can. You know, we're getting sat on a bit. It is what it is. Oh, that's a really bad death. Yeah, you just got to kind of like live there as Cupid, but all good. Once we have shifters, we'll be hopefully a tiny bit better off. You know, and then we'll go into like, I don't know, something else. How much cooldown do we have? We've got 40. We get a little bit of extra with Tekko. I don't think our build's bad. Like, I don't know. The problem, like, with this specific match is there's really nothing for me to build that actually, like, helps my case. Like, we are just awful into their drafts, and there's not, like, some hidden item. There's no Magi's in this game, you know what I mean? I think Spirit Robe is a good pickup, but it won't solve too much. Because a lot of their CC being cripples, like, is just scary. I think that's probably the move, though, so we'll go a... oh, good pick. We're just going to split left right now. So they're fighting in mid. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Really good picks by them, of course, but I can just kind of leverage this, right? If there's fighting going on elsewhere, you either rotate or you farm. And if we can get something valuable out of not rotating, let's just do it, right? If we can't get a tower, we can't get anything, yeah, we should be rotating every time. And maybe we should even if we can get valuable stuff. But the idea is, like, I'm never incurring a loss by not rotating here, and I'm always incurring a pretty decent gain. So no reason to, like, risk that or throw that into the wind to try to get more if I can get something solid and valuable here. Thank you, Tranquilize. I appreciate that, man. Wish they were bringing Osiris. Dude, they won't bring Osiris for a bit. And it's a little sad because, you know, is probably my favorite god in the game, him and Amma, but, you know, it is what it is. He'll come when he's ready, I guess. And it's all good. Honestly, though, with how bad Warrior's Axe is right now, I'm kind of glad he's not in. Because that would have hurt me. Building Death Stool Osiris, that stuff is garbage. Okay, I want to get this red, but Sobek is just going to follow us literally all around. The thing that this team that we're against is kind of doing, despite them being pretty good players, they're making a really fatal flaw, and that's just like they're really over-grouping to defend things while we're just like leveraging, running around. And they're causing overcommitments. Like the fact that they're sending 2 people over for a red buff rather than just Sobek with Sunder there means that we're able to push right and get a right tower. And the fact that now they're like overcompensating to defend somebody who's outstretched mid means now we get the blue buff and we push the wave. So what we're doing is we're just like rotating as a team, stretching the map a little bit more than they are, and as a result we've gotten 2 objectives in Gold Furies. We're getting some picks now, and you know, now it looks like we'll probably just get a Fire Giant. Again, Sobek is like just on our tail trying to clear the wave after us, and you can't be doing that. You gotta be a little bit more proactive if you want a chance kind of to win. We're able to knock him up just in time so he didn't get that 3 off, because that would have been really close. Got a cripple here. Mez, good job. Gonna auto this guy. We're gonna beads to keep chasing. And I've got my 3 up soon, so I'm gonna just kind of keep going for this. This is worth using the beads for, assuming we get a kill, and we do. And we'll just kind of siphon back mid. You know, for a good lobby, we're doing quite good. How is Nem at the moment? I think Nemesis is strong. You know, she actually just got buffed, like, literally yesterday. No, excuse me. She got buffed, like, when Thor came out by a little bit. Just little scaling increases of, like, 5% on all of her abilities, something like that. But honestly, before that, I thought she was strong. People said she felt clunky. I really disagree. I actually think she feels just like Smite 1. But yeah, no, Nem feels good. And I think she kind of exists more as a counter pick, you know, than maybe like a blind pick, but that's just because we're in a game with Susano and, you know, Fenrir and shit, right, which Nem might not do too great into. But, like, into Loki, I actually like Nemesis a good bit. And Loki's probably the best jungler right now, so, like, as a counter pick to be good or, like, serviceable into what's probably the best jungler in the game, what's definitely the best jungler in the game, excuse me, that's a good look, you know what I mean? Like, I think she's good. Definitely play her. I'll definitely get a Nem solo video at some point. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Our team's playing really well, though. To be honest, guys, I thought this game was going to be a blowout in the bad way, but team's playing good. I'm proud of them. Queued with Chris T, but the rest of them, no clue, so they're just kind of owning. We're going to go Crusher here. It gives us a little bit more cooldown to facilitate this Techo Kage. I know, again, the cooldown diminishes, but 55 cooldown. You know, plus Techo Kage passive is going to be a really nice spot to be at. And yeah, a Crusher obviously, again, just take damage and stuff really strong. We have no beads right now, so you have to be careful, but pushing right, starting to push right and mid. I can split mid a little bit, but again, I just have to be careful considering I don't have, what is it called? I don't have beads up right now. Like, that's really important, but yeah, starting to push right, starting to push mid. I think grouping S5 generally in this type of a game will be better, but, you know, keeping your waves pushed is also really strong. What a great play. We just knock him up right after. I know we kind of steal the kill, but he gets his jump off right there. I'm not sure we're 100% secure the kill, so it's really important we get that. I feel bad for taking it, but again, I mean, ultimately we're trying to win, so is what it is. Great pick, though. We can start to push right here. I'm going to look for a little bit of a flank if someone's here. They aren't, but We still want to kind of look. I can sort of push mid or just say, hey, let's screw it and just go 5 right. The only issue with going 5 right is they've got a lot of like boom bap ultimates, you know, with Ares and Zeus. So we're gonna have to force those and get out. The wave's not pushed in mid enough for me to do a split at this point. We got fire for 60. So my best bet is actually just going to be to go in right here, get damage off, and then back up really quick. We have to make sure that we don't get hit by some huge ultimate. My ult wasn't great. But it looks like we'll get the right Phoenix eventually anyways. So that's really the goal. Get the Phoenix. Izanami got super baited. I don't think she realized we had abilities still. We're just going to juke the Fenrir 3. Oh shit, he got blinked. That was spooky. I kind of body blocked him, but... Oh, I was trying to pull him. That's fun. Yeah, I kind of body blocked Anubis, but like genuinely that was not a bad look. The fact that he lived was huge, but we would have ended the game anyways right there. The thing is that's weird and funny about that is Fen was actually kind of trying to get out, so obviously him picking someone up is good, but like us boxing him in just sort of like worked out for us. That was a really clean game. Honestly, like I think my commentary kind of fell a little bit because I was just so focused, but like for a ranked match, I mean that was well played. I was like very pleasantly surprised from a team perspective on that. That was a good match.